Welcome to the 2021 annual meeting of Parkwood Community Club. We have a few things to talk about today. First of all, I'm going to introduce the executive board and the trustees, and they'll introduce themselves. You can look, see who they are, and if they have anything that they'd like to share, they'll do it then. My name is Becky Moore. I am the board president. I am the one that oversees most of the functions at the club, but I don't perform those functions by any means. We have a great group of volunteers, and I liaison with the state and the county. I manage the funds and have the primary fiduciary responsibility for the club and making sure things get paid, that we are using club membership dues wisely, and that we keep up on maintenance and any changes that need to happen. Our treasurer is Ron Kablak, so I'll turn over to him now.
Hi, I'm Ron Kablak. I'm the treasurer. My main function is to I kind of get all the equipment, materials to support our needs, consumables and all that, try to keep up on all of that, those items. And I provide a report to the board every meeting, the first Thursday of every month, and let them know where we're sitting with the bank situation. That's what I try to keep up on.
Great, thank you. Okay, and Gypsy is the vice president. She is the one that's been doing a lot of volunteering lately. So we'll let her have her turn.
Hi, I'm Gypsy Jaton. I'm the vice president. I am the one who is in charge of Sign Up Genius. I am also in charge of the wait list. Right now, Becky has it because I'm doing Sign Up Genius. I also am the one who you contact if you need to cancel or change your Sign Up Genius if it's within 24 hours. So let's see, I also do all the volunteers, and I also train all the family volunteers. I contact the Kitsap County Department of Health liaison to find out if we are in compliance with our phases. And so far we have been doing fantastic.
Great, thank you. Okay, Karen Wetmore is our board secretary. She's the one that takes minutes and keeps us on track. So go ahead, Karen.
I would just like to say, yeah, I am the secretary and I do take the notes. I also make trips at least once a week, many times twice a week, to the post office to pick up your payments and get them into the lockbox for the count. I also make trips to the to pick up checks from the accountant to those places that need to be paid. I take notes again at all the meetings, but I would like to say how grateful that we are for this club and this membership that supports us. Many of you have supplied donations to help this pool continue, and we are so grateful for that support. We thank you, and these people that run your board are exemplary people. They work very long, hard hours with no pay and very little gratitude, and how grateful I am for them. So I'm grateful to serve in this capacity, and that's generally what I do.
Thank you, Karen, I appreciate it. All righty, the next person we'd like to hear from is Linda. She's the water manager, and she has a few things to go over about the pool and swimming. Go ahead, Linda.
Hi, my name is Linda Davis. I am your water safety manager. During the COVID-19 times, I keep track of the pool chemicals and readings to be sure everything stays balanced. I am responsible for ordering chemicals and parts for the pool, and I am oftentimes the liaison between contractors when we need to have work done. I do my best to stay on top of other safety problems such as slippery floors, keeping the space around and in the pool and also the dressing room safe for all of us. And of course, trying to stay on top of all the protocols we have to stay on top of right now with the pandemic. I know a lot of you guys keep wanting to know, when can we go back to normal? Well, it looks like it's going to be a while. We have to remember that we have a very small pool. So therefore, that's why we have such small numbers we're allowed to have. I also keep an eye on the cleaning. Right now, it's a little bit easier because it's just the caretakers, because we don't have the money to hire weekend staff to give them breaks. So, and then of course I make sure and find coverage for them when need be. On top of all of that, you know, during non-COVID times, I also hire, with the approval of the board president, train and schedule the aerobic instructors, swim lesson instructors, and weekend cleaning staff. I set up people for and schedule all aerobics and swim lesson times. And I am responsible for keeping track of all the money for both programs and making sure that we stay in the black. I also stay in contact with the accounting team to make sure that all of our books match. That's kind of my job in a nutshell. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Becky Kabalak.
I am Becky Kabalak, and currently I've been doing the hall rentals. And during this time, due to COVID, we are not renting, and we are currently looking for a new rental manager. And their duties are to meet the customer, show the hall, take the reservations, collect the deposit and the money, and after the rental, picking up their contract, taking it to the accountant and making sure they get their refundable deposit. So if you're interested in this job, you need to contact Becky Moore if you're interested in this. I'm also currently now doing the pool rentals, in which we aren't doing now because of COVID. But when we do get the opportunity to open, we will offer pool rentals for up to a 2-hour block. Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, 1 rental per day, and has to be before 6 o'clock. The rental fee will be determined after we are allowed to open again. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Angie, would you like to go ahead?
Sure. Hi, my name is Angie Barker, and I'm in charge of the new membership at the Parkwood Pool. I help you fill out your contract and explain to you what goes on at the pool and the different rules. And usually Becky Moore is there to help out with that. I then take your money and I will issue you a key card so that you can get into the pool and pretty much swim whenever you want, making sure that you're not there during aerobic time or swim lesson time, of course, but that's pretty much my job. That's what I do.
Thank you. All right, Carol, would you like to have turn?
Hi, I'm Harold Boker. I'm a trustee on the board, and I do help with some of the maintenance around the building.
Thanks. All righty, Matt.
My name is Matt Nelson, and I'm a trustee to the board. I joined the club back in 2013, and it was we lived about 4 houses away from the club at the time. So in 2016, I became a trustee, and my current responsibilities are focused on maintaining and updating the club website and keeping Facebook and Twitter updated on behalf of the board. And my plan is to keep pool information updated as frequently as possible on the website, Facebook, and Twitter, especially during the COVID times where we're having to communicate updates. Thanks.
Perfect. Thank you. Dan?
Hi, I'm Dan Potts. I joined the board last year. My responsibility is maintenance, not including the pool, because you have other very competent people to do that. If you have a maintenance issue, something's broken, the toilets are rocking or leaking or whatever, please send an email to maintenance@pccportorchard.org, and we'll get on it and see that it gets fixed. As of right now, there hasn't been a lot of maintenance items, but maybe that's because there hasn't been a lot of people through. Hopefully that will change in the coming months.
Thank you. All right. So if you've got any questions about any of those jobs, would you please call me or email me? I would like to hear from you what you think. We do have a few procedural things that we need to talk about. First of all, this last year has been something. I'm hoping everybody is well and safe. We're trying really hard to be super clean and take care that anytime anyone comes into the pool that they know that it's sanitized and ready for them to use. Most of the time that is done by the pool volunteers. They're doing a terrific job and we really appreciate everything that they've done. They take time out of their day to make sure the pool is ready for swimmers. And I'm very grateful. The board and the trustees are all very grateful for those people and the time that they take to make sure the pool stays open. The health department is requiring us to limit our bathing load at this time. And so we have to, those of you who have been swimming know that we have to swim by reservation now. But hopefully, we're hoping by summer, if possible, that we will be back to our normal operations, but I can't really guarantee that because right now we're in phase 1. We were up to phase 2 and then we went back to phase 1 because we had the winter outbreak, which we kind of expected. But hopefully we'll just muddle through this and we'll be okay. I do want to say thank you to those volunteers and to all the people who donated money. One of the things we're working on is to change our tax status so that any money that you donate is tax deductible. It is taking a long time. It takes about 18 months to get it approved through the IRS. So we're just continuing to work that process and I'll keep you guys updated when I know anything. We have money to cover our expenses right now, but there's no excess. So we're putting in a couple of different procedural changes to kind of even out our income so we can keep operating. The first thing is, if you sign up for a swim time and, excuse me, and you don't come to swim, you will be locked out for the next swim reservation for 2 weeks. And the reason we're doing this is because at this point, this week, we have 96.72% of the spots filled. And if you don't come and use your spot, you've denied that to someone else. So we're asking you to be super vigilant and making sure that when you sign up to swim through Sign Up Genius, that you actually keep that commitment. If you cannot, please contact Gypsy and have her change your reservation prior to the day that you can. And we understand that there are emergencies, people get sick, people's children get sick, but as soon as you know, please let her know so that she can open it up to someone else. The other thing that we're going to do is that we are going to drop down to 3 days a week at the initial sign up on Thursday. So instead of having 4 days to swim, you'll have 3. And then on Sunday, we will open up an additional time slot for people to swim if there are any left over and take reservations again. We're finding that people are competing so vigorously for these spots that some people are not getting the opportunity to swim. And we want to try and make it as fair as we can for everyone. The other thing that we're doing now, Rita McKendrick has retired from the board. I personally am heartbroken. I'm going to miss her a lot. She did a lot for us just out of the kindness of her heart, and we will miss her greatly. She has been a great friend to me over the years, and I really appreciate everything that she's done. But instead of that, we're going to change things around a little bit. We are looking for people to form a counting committee, at least 3. You must be able to pass a background check. And we will train you on how to do the count, how to update QuickBooks, and how to use the spreadsheets. We are really hoping for someone with some QuickBooks experience. If not, we will train and we'll get that procedure going and have lots of help. If you're interested, this is a trustee position as the accounts receivable secretary. If you're interested, please let me know. We're also changing the way we take payments. Starting next month, we are going to start counting on the last Thursday of the month. Now, this is important. The last Thursday of the month for the next month. So if your payment is not in the lockbox by the last Thursday of the month, starting next month. So the last Thursday in March for April, then you will not be able to make reservations. And I hate to do that because I know people like to swim, but we're having some trouble having people pay on time. And we can't really run our pool on the promise of payment. So we're having to be a little more harsh than we'd like to be so that everyone can get their payment in plenty of time for the next month to start. If you have questions about this or concerns, I hope that you will please let me know. But we're finding that it's a burden on the accounts receivable secretary and the county committee. And we're trying to keep this job as simple as possible and doesn't take up too much of your time. Other than that, I just want to say I appreciate everybody for what they've done. The board and the trustees have been great this year. They've brainstormed a lot of things that we can do. Gypsy and everyone has been super, Becky Kavalak, about making sure the reservations are running smoothly. And I really appreciate that. And that's, I think, everything I have to talk about. Is there anybody on here that needs to say anything else before we close?
Would you like me to go through the presentation on the PowerPoint?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Yes.
No problem.
We have a PowerPoint presentation that'll be part of this video about the money from this last year and the year before and kind of where we are financially. So we'll go over that here in just a second.
All right, let me share my screen. There we go. All right, annual meeting. Woohoo! Yay. Can't meet in person, but you know, wow, what a year, right? I really, really want to thank all the volunteers for helping open this pool. I love swimming, and that's why I did this Sign Up Genius, so that we could all swim. So thank you, thank you. All right, 2019 compared to 2020, if you have a chance to look through these numbers, you'll see that we are negative. Difference between 2020 and 2019 is 200%. We were negative at the end of the year. So this is why it's very important to pay your dues on time so that we can pay our bills, okay? You see here at the end of the year, December 31st, we had $162 in our bank account. That's awful.
Yeah.
So very, very important to pay your dues. We don't want to raise rates, and that is why we're also going to go down to 3 reservations so that we can bring up more members, so that we can have more of a base, so we don't have to close. Okay. If you can
I'd like
donate.
to interject here that we've lost almost half of our membership due to the coronavirus and the resulting pandemic. So we're just about breaking even. We have a tiny bit of surplus, not more than a few $100s, but we have to really be careful. And we have not been bringing new people on because we're doing reservations, but now we really need to open a little more and have more people come on. Go ahead, sorry.
So starting this next week, next Thursday, each membership contract will be limited to 3 reservations per week when the sign up goes out on Thursdays. If there are spots available on Sunday, you may sign up for a 4th, okay? Once again, if you have problems signing up, you can contact me or Becky K. There are our phone numbers. And please always read the email associated with the sign up. It has important information about the pool, signups, or other issues. All right. If you change emails, please don't email me. Please email PCC oops, I spelled that wrong. pccportorchard@gmail.com. Membership wait list. The wait list is getting longer every week. We're a great deal and many people are finding us and wanting to join. So Becky, how many people are on it now?
Right this minute, there's 36 people.
36 people. So
Yes.
you know about pool rentals are on hold. We are needing a hall manager trustee once we start accepting rentals. Mail your payment. Do not give it to another member or an employee, but it is okay to drop in the payment box when you have a pool reservation. Please do not give
be
it.
careful with your payment.
Yes.
Please be careful.
Just please be careful with your payment. And we talked about the few members need to step forward to be on the counting committee and need background check and approved by the executive board. And Matt, do you want to review the handbook online? Matt, did we lose Matt?
I think so.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
I don't know what happened to Matt.
In person, because we're in phase 1, we are making the handbook available online with a digital signature. And Matt Nelson is going to be handling that. It should be on the website and he will post the link, I believe, on Facebook. So you can go to that link and digitally sign that you've received your copy and that he will keep track of that. And your name will be checked off the list. So look for that on Facebook or in your email or on the web page, because we want to be sure we get that done. The health department, even though we're in phase 1, is still requiring us to comply with the health department rules.
So check that. And hopefully next year we can meet in person again.
I'm really hoping so. All righty. Thank you, Gypsy. I appreciate that.
All right.
That's all we have. We wanted to keep this short and sweet. If you have a concern or a problem with something that's happening at the pool or something you feel should be changed, would you please call me? My name is plastered all over the pool and the building, so you can always find my phone number. And I'm happy to hear from you. And I prefer to hear from you if you've got a concern so we can address it.
Yes.
Thanks so much for being patient this year. We really appreciate all the help and the consideration that we've gotten from all the members. It's been a rough year, I'm not gonna lie, but better times are coming and we're gonna get back into the regular swing of life here, I hope very soon. But who knows when that will happen, but we'll be ready for it. All righty.
Becky, looks like Matt came back on.
Okay.
Matt, can you show us the link and how it works?
Yes, I can do that.
Perfect.
Okay. Okay. So the link for accepting the member handbook, which again is required by the health department for us to stay open. And during COVID, we're doing this online form. When you go to our pool website, which is pccportorchard.org, on the menu, you'll go to About PCC, and at the bottom here is Handbook. And then when you click on that, it will bring up a form. And you will proceed to fill out the form with your name, your member number, your email, and your phone number. And acknowledge that you're not a robot. Let's see if it...
You don't know that I'm not a robot.
Okay. I passed the test. So clicking on this will acknowledge that you receive receipt of the member handbook. On the following page, you will have a link to download. Oops.
It didn't like PCC.
No, PCT.
There you go.
There we go. Okay. So then you'll get this page, which includes a link to the member handbook here, which you can download. And we will include the link to the saved meeting webinar if you need to watch it later and don't have the original email, and a reminder to send an email if you need to make corrections. You will also receive a copy of this confirmation to the email address that you submitted. And this will help us collect all of those acknowledgements by the end of the month in order for us to meet the health department's requirements to be able to stay open. So we appreciate your cooperation in filling out this form. Thanks.
Thank you, Matt. I appreciate it. All right. Nothing in the handbook has changed. It's the same as last year, but please go ahead and sign that you received it and kind of look it over again to refresh what's there. Basically, it's pool conduct and cleanliness and the same things that we talk about all the time, because those are really at the top of our list as far as requirements to keep the pool open. Don't forget that you can always contact any of us if you have a problem or a question in any area. You can always contact me. If I don't know the answer, I will give you the phone number of someone who does. So we'll go from there, or get a hold of them and have them contact you. But don't feel like you can't contact us if you've got an issue. And I think that's pretty much it, unless anyone has anything.
I do. The
Okay.
COVID handbook is also on the website. It's also on every Sign Up Genius that get invitation that goes out. And that has
Right.
not changed since August. So
Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, we're trying to be super, super careful. We don't want to be a super spreader event at our pool. We want to really be careful and keep everyone safe and keep everyone from becoming ill. So we appreciate all of your help in that area. We know it's hard to manage kids when they play in the pool sometimes, but just do the best you can. And if you have questions, give us a call. And thanks so much. And we'll be talking soon. We'll let you know if anything changes. But if y'all like this format, we can do it again next year. I prefer to meet in person because I like to see your faces and have person face-to-face contact, as we're all kind of starved for, I think. But we appreciate all that you do for us, the pool, and as a member that you're complying with the rules that we have. And we appreciate that. So thanks so much.